not quite sure how people do this, but I'm gonna keep playing with this here lighting. I'm not really sure. Just wanted to say, hey, welcome to my channel again. I'm Piper. I love different colored lipsticks and helping people. If you can tell. It's quite difficult. How do people do this stuff? Because now there's double. I just finished PIYO Drench today and I was sweating everywhere. I do know that during some of it I feel the need to have to pause, and I think I wanted to cover that today with if you're doing a workout, like a workout video at home or something, or even if you're working out at the gym, you want to push yourself, but you don't want to push so far that you hurt yourself or you make things worse, or it's to the fact that you can't do it again the next day. Sometimes just taking a second, like literally a second, and if you've ever done like Insanity or Asylum or anything like that, Shaun T always says, if you need to, take a second, but don't take too long, because when you completely fully recover, you're not burning as much, and it's not really, you know, it's not a good thing. You want to keep your heart rate up a little bit, at least so that you can keep burning really well. Sometimes I find myself way overly tired that I need to take a little bit longer than a minute, and that's okay too. It's wherever you're at that moment. You don't want to deter yourself from having success, but you also don't want to set yourself up for failure by resting too much. So it's really a fine line. I know for me, considering the back issues and things like that I always felt like when I was really trying to still push hard and ignore the fact that I had back issues, what I would find more often than not is that I would push too hard, and then whenever I tried to humble myself and back off, pace it and take my time and things like that, or take a rest when I was in pain, whatever it was, or I would take a rest day when I was in pain, what I found was I felt like I was making excuses. And the sad part is that I understand whenever you feel like you're making excuses, but in the long run, it's actually smarter to rest and take that time off rather than continuously pushing through whenever you make yourself worse. I know that whenever I was really upset that I had gained about 20 pounds, just given up, and I was in so much pain that when I started working out again, I went back hardcore like I did before. I was overdoing it, I was doing Insanity, or I was lifting heavy, or I was pushing myself further, and then I'd be in pain the rest of the day, and it wasn't really worth it to me, and it was this constant cycle that I was going through. And the sad thing is that what I was doing was over pushing myself when I really needed to pace it. I needed to back off, or I needed to modify, and I felt like modifying was a cop-out and an excuse, and it took me a year till I finally started saying, maybe I have to modify, because what was happening was I was pushing too hard, and I was pushing so hard it was making me down and out for a couple of days, and I wouldn't get my workout in at all, or if I did, I'd still be in pain, and it was not pretty. It was not a good thing. But what I found, that once I started doing it again and just telling myself that I'm doing something, I'm getting up, I'm doing something. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just doing something, even if I have to modify it, and even if I don't feel like it's making me work, I still did it. And when I started doing PIYO and I found out that modifying, even though I didn't feel like it burned a lot, I still was out of breath. Like if you do a modified burpee, the way Michelle does it, which is basically just doing a lunge with your arm in the front, and you know, that actually, in some ways, it's actually harder than doing the burpee. It makes me breathe weird and whatever. You have to be careful with that too if you have back issues. You have to be the right angle. Sometimes, like I said, 45-degree angles were not my friend. And Shalene really likes to do 45-degree angles. What I will say is that I had to seriously humble myself and start from scratch, because after taking so long off and not spending any time working out, I felt like all the hard work that I put in for years and years and years went down the drain. Like, I would cry. I would stop in the middle of my workouts and not just cry because I was in pain, but I would cry because I wasn't where I was. And you don't have to be in pain or have any issues with your body or whatever it is to know that feeling. If you were, I don't know, if you worked out a lot, or if you were really good at something and then you fell off because life gets in the way, and then when you tried it again, you weren't where you used to be. That sucks. I don't care who you are, it sucks, and it's depressing, and you feel down on yourself. But the key is to never give up. Get your butt up, do something about it, and you can get back to where you were before and could be even better than you were before. I may not be able to do the things that I did in the past, but I feel like I'm way better now than I was then. Much, much, much better now than I was in the past. And I'm not killing my body to do it. I still push. I mean, I've been doing doubles every day. That's the kind of person I am. I'm crazy. Because I feel like just doing PIYO wasn't enough after a while, because I've gained so much strength from doing PIYO that I needed something else. I got stagnant. I wasn't losing any more weight. I've actually gained 2 pounds since I started adding doubles, but I know it's because I've increased my muscle mass. But I do know that I've lost inches, and that's always a good thing. But inch-wise, I feel much better. I feel stronger than I was before in the past. I am super sore all the time now that I went to doubles, but that's because I'm also mixing it up. I was doing PIYO for almost a year now, and I wasn't getting anywhere anymore, and I know that I have to have PIYO every day, or almost every day, because it's what helps me manage my pain, and it helps me keep me flexible, it helps keep me moving, and no other workout has done that for me. Now that I think about it, I think really, instead of just getting my personal training certification like I want to do to work with my business, my psychological business, I think maybe I should just get PIYO certified. What do you think? I feel like I push it all the time. I should just teach it because it's awesome, and there's so much more that I want to do with it than just that. Anyway, so I just feel like it's really important to talk about personal growth. I mean, I'm not where I was before I got messed up, or before my back was messed up. I'm better. I'm better in so many different ways. Before, I was psychotic about what I ate. I was psychotic about working out like 2 hours a day, and it had to be hardcore, and I had no life, and it was on my lunch break, or it was right before work and right after work, or whatever it was. I work out at work. I do that, which I think it's fine if I did PIYO, and I did PIYO on my lunch break, because if I was in pain, it helped me manage pain. But I mean, being all stinky and sweaty and gross the rest of your day at work, it's not that flattering. People don't really like it very much, but I'm better now. I mean, I do watch what I eat. I care what I eat, but I don't actually count my calories anymore. I'm not logging every single thing I eat anymore, which I know if I did, I would probably lose a little bit more weight, but I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at. I just want to improve my strength. I'm not, at this point, I'm not going to be itty bitty skinny. And at one point I was I was a little bit smaller than I am now. And I keep looking at those photos and comparing, but you know, I put a lot of effort into that, and I want to enjoy my life, and I do now. I do. I enjoy that I put all my focus and everything into making these videos, or promoting help with everybody else, and doing what I can, and this is going to be part of my business. Like, that's what I want to do for my life. So I don't see this as a waste of my time, or it's more of an investment. If I can help you, then I definitely help myself. I know that. And for the longest, I felt like there was no help for me. No help for me. Like, nobody could help me. I had all this pain. Nobody understood what I was going through, and I would never get back to who I was before. But I don't want to go back to who I was before. I like who I am now. And I've grown so much from this very long journey I've been on. I've learned a lot. since being very much overweight when I was younger, and then back and forth and yo-yoing and all that stuff. But I've learned a lot from doing Beachbody programs. I've learned a lot from working out and helping people mentally and physically, and that it does matter what you put in your body on how your body reacts to things. And if crap hits the fan like it did for me, it doesn't mean that your life's over. It means that you just have to tweak it a little bit more and figure out how to make it work for you. You know, I coached for a long time and I love helping people, don't get me wrong, but for some reason I always feel like like my purpose keeps falling in my lap over and over again. Like I knew that whenever I got sober and I started talking to people about how I got sober, that was what I was supposed to do. And now that I've been in that and I've struggled with my nutrition, I've struggled with my weight, and I've struggled with my confidence, and fitness does that, and I include that in my therapy and things like that, and putting those together and adding them together are important, you know? It's like, I thought that was always my purpose, and then my back got messed up, and then I gave up, and then, you know, here I am again, thriving, I feel like, in health-wise, and it's like where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be there's so many people out there that are helping other people work out and eat right, and what's the new gimmick today, but come on. Not a lot of people are out there trying to help you do better whenever your back's all messed up, or you have some kind of injury that's keeping you from it, or whatever it may be. Somebody's promoting weight loss or whatever kind of crap that's going on. And for me, it's more about mobility now. Like, nobody's going to tell me to go sit on my ass and do nothing all day and take this medicine and take this medicine and take this medicine, when I can actually get up off my ass and stay active and be healthier. I mean, it's common sense to me. And I didn't think that at first either, but it's because I wasn't strong enough and I didn't work my core, and I just kept at it, and it was very, very slow process, and it got me to where I'm at today. So again, this is a very long video, 14 minutes now. I don't know. I get on a roll. These are socks, by the way. I get on a roll and then I just keep going. So if you like these, please like it below. And if you want me to cover anything else or talk about anything else, or you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you, or I'll make another long video for your entertainment pleasure. Keep rocking and stay at it, and never, ever give up.
I have the lighting back here. I have the lighting for you now.
Time to walk the puppy. What do you think about my makeup today? Isn't it pretty? Is it pretty? Wait, oh, I can't see.